Welcome to the Thursday, June 25th edition of Living the Question. Today we are going to review what's the big deal about context. Then I'm going to share a short story about how real life context has gone wrong. And then we're going to talk about logistics planning. So let's begin. So our welcome question today is, what is the big deal about context? I used an image from our earlier slideshow that has a pizza on this left-hand side here on a fancy plate. We got a fireplace in the background. Ooh, we even have silverware, very appetizing. But then we see this pizza on a similar circular form, but the surroundings are completely different. I'm feeling like these tire tracks just maybe ran over the pizza. I'm feeling it's nighttime. There might be a raccoon around the corner. Context really does matter, especially in terms of the appeal of this piece of pizza right here. So context matters. I'd like us to just review options A, B, C, and D as you pause your video. Please do that now. And welcome back. I hope that everyone has selected an A, B, C, or D to get our brains thinking about why context matters. So let's start by defining context. Context is the circumstances that form the setting for an event, statement, or idea, and in terms of which it can be fully understood and assessed. In other words, artwork is always created with surrounding circumstances. If you look at the image below here, we have art understood as a three-strung rope. Here we have craft, and that refers to the technical skills, and also refers to artistic style, right? Every single artist has a different fingerprint approach to how they make, and that's referring to craft or craftsmanship. Next, we have content, and that is the message or the communication of the artwork. And then we have context. And like I said, all artwork is created within some sort of contextual surroundings. All three of these conditions are interrelated and can shed more insight into the meaning of a work of art. All right, friends, here at Storytime, I'm going to tell you about a real life artwork from 2017 right here in the Twin Cities in the Walker Art Sculpture Garden. The scaffold, which is this piece back here, is an exact replica made by Sam Durant of a gallows-inspired public artwork. This was inspired by gallows down in Mankato, Minnesota in 1862 that were used in the hanging killings of 38 Dakota tribe members. Obviously, the Walker Art Center was very disappointed in their own preparation for this artwork. A lot of art critics about this piece were irritated that modern art was capitalizing on the wrongful death and murders of these 38 tribal individuals. The director of the Walker at the time, whose last name is Olga, made a statement that said, "I regret that I did not better anticipate how the work would be received in Minnesota, especially by Native audiences. I should have engaged leaders in the Dakota and broader Native communities in advance of the work's sighting." This artwork was eventually dismantled, and the tribal members and spiritual leaders decided that this artwork and its parts should be disassembled and used as a tribal memorial to these 38 individuals on sacred ground, which is now where the remnants of this artwork live. So, what do we learn from all of that? We learn that we need to take care of some logistics planning. We need to consider the details of, in some cases, asking permission, in some cases, just asking opinion. We also need to anticipate that there will be backlash, right? Just anticipate that there will be, and use your creative powers to figure out what kind of backlash might be there. And in doing so, number three, we can be responsive and willing to adapt our projects in a way that create harmony and unity over division. So, our activities for today are to consider how your intention, your outcome, and your context relate. Next, you are to decorate your pinata bat and fill your pinata. You're going to be decorating your pinata with some of the crepe paper and glue. If you've got some acrylic paints at home, that would be awesome. Just have a blast with it. Next, before everything happens tomorrow in our pinata busting, you need to figure out who is busting open your pinata, where they will be doing this, and how the context matters, right? That's why we've got the question why right there. So I want you to really think about the logistics and how this is all going to happen. And then number four, be willing to get it wrong. What I mean by this is I'm a roller skater. And if I'm not willing to fall, then I'm not really testing my boundaries and expanding my skills. I find that this same sort of thing is true in artwork. Be willing to tackle the tough subjects and get them wrong, because through the process, you will learn and your dialogue will be refined. This is sort of our call to put ourselves out there. Be willing to get it wrong so that we can be transformed in figuring out how to get it just a little bit more right and a little bit more loving. That's what I have for you today, friends. I'll see you tomorrow when we bust open our pinatas. Whoop, whoop. I can't wait. Don't forget to stuff your pinata with something that relates to the meaning of your artwork. See you tomorrow.